Greetings brothers and sisters, Bartek here, back with another Polish export review. If you're new to the channel, or if you've forgotten what that is, here's a quick reminder. Polish Export is a series about popular games you're playing but might not be aware that they're from the land of The Witcher, Frostpunk, Outriders, Dying Light, and a shitload of other awesome games. If you want to see more of these in the future, hit the subscribe button and ding that notification bell. Cheers! So, today I want to talk about Midnight Fight Express, a game coded by a one-man army, solo developer Jakub Zwinel, and published by Humble Games. It's currently available for free in Game Pass or for $19.99, both Euro and dollars on Steam. What is Midnight Fight Express? In a nutshell, it's Slavic Sifu, where the pure, graceful, beautiful, precise, and martially perfect moves are substituted with anything that gets your enemy's skulls caved in. Mind you, there's still a lot of sweet, quick and dynamic hand-to-hand combat with combos, chains, blocks, parries, counters, grabs, and yes, finishers. But all this is augmented with an unhealthy dose of even unhealthier and at times even lethal props. Chairs, bats, pipes, hammers, barrels, boxes, handguns, grenade, and assault rifles are just a few in a quickly expanding arsenal of tools for proccing some serious ouchies to your foes. But why would you even want to do that? A few very brief words about the plot. Brief, so as to avoid spoilers because the plot thickens quicker than the layer of blood at Babyface's feet. Yes, Babyface is the name of the hero. We meet him in an interrogation room, stripped down, handcuffed, and facing some serious-ass charges. The cops are asking questions, and the story unfolds in retrospective fight scenes that explain who the hero is, what his motivation is, where he comes from, and generally why he's so badass. The writing is, subjectively, excellent. A mixture of purposefully corny humor, plays on words, mixed with puns, and a dash of dad jokes. One thing's certain, Midnight Fight Express does not take itself too seriously, and that is a very refreshing approach. Graphically, the game is adequate. What I mean is that it's a bit minimalistic, but actually two huge buts here. First off, the action is so intense that you don't really have time to take in the views. Secondly, the most important thing in a fighting game in the graphics department, strictly speaking, the animations, are excellent. They are fluid, natural, and convincing. Especially when you off an enemy or vice versa. The sudden but not over-exaggerated ragdoll is an excellent touch, clearly conveying that this time there is no getting back up. I gotta mention one more really important thing here. This may put off some gamers, but for me personally is a very welcome mechanic. There are no iframes. In many games, when your character starts a combo or a finisher or a complex animation, he is untouchable. Well, not in this game. If you want to go for a series of hits or effectively game-end an opponent, you better make sure you're out of the reach of his or her compadres, because if you aren't, they are more likely to take advantage of that. The moveset is at first limited, but you level up rather quickly and get to choose abilities from a few skill trees such as hits, counters, finishers, gun control, and the like. You get to select a new ability after each level, of which there are a total of 40. Some are a bit longer, but most of them are rather short and take around 5 minutes to complete, so that could explain where the express part of the name of the game comes from. The thing is that one of the gameplay loops in the game is coming back to those completed levels and doing them again, but this time more expertly. After each completed stage, you get scored and you get some cash and some unlocks. The moolah lets you customize your character, if that's your kind of thing, plus you get bragging rights for completing a level with a high score. Now, personally, I don't give a rat's ass about either, but for those who do, just know that you have this option, so replayability and mastery of the combat system is definitely a big thing in this game. As mentioned, the levels are rather short, and apart from a few notable exceptions, are rather similar. The subway scene, the jet ski chase, or the one with the suicidal biker are among the more memorable ones. The others are good, but not too varied. Again, this isn't the end of the world, because this game is all about frame-perfect execution of moves and not about aesthetic ecstasy. At least, that's what I think. The thing that's in my humble opinion more important here than AAA graphics is the music. Holy shit! The soundtrack in this game is sublime. It gets your blood rushing and the enemy's blood pumping from every orifice they have. The tracks are high power, high energy, high speed, and high aggression. Simply perfect for this type of game. It makes you just want to kick ass. For all you naggers and sourpusses out there. Yes, there is basically no variety in respect to the genres, but why change something that works and is clearly a stylistic choice of the creator? Don't answer, that was rhetorical. Apart from the campaign and the replayable levels, there is also a highly customizable playground to test out your moves, see how your combos work, master your timing, and so on. As I said before, there's a lot of cosmetic customization, so if you want, you can play dress up. Oh, there's also a photo mode. I used it once, but thank you, Jakub, for putting it in anyway. As I always say, the more options and freedom a player gets, the better. All in all, Midnight Fight Express is a fun, fast-paced, and skill-based fighting game with interesting writing, a ton of enemies, lots of levels for your havoc-wreaking pleasure, optional cosmetics, and a skull-fucking energizing soundtrack. Do I recommend? I sure do, especially since the construction of the game lets you jump in for short but highly satisfying bursts of combat. It's perfect for blowing off some of that built-up frustration and steam. Drop into the game, put some suckers in the ground, and pop back out. Refreshed, relaxed, rebalanced. At least, that's how it works in my case. Anyway, what do you think about Midnight Fight Express? Did you give it a go? Did it tickle your fancy, or perhaps the polar opposite? Let me know in the comments below. Also, remember to like the video and subscribe for more content here on Gamesquisition. As always, thank you guys so much for listening. I'll talk to you soon. Bartek, out.